Why do we love football? Well, Jurgen Klopp's reign as Liverpool manager might just give us the answer. He revitalised the Reds, winning their first league title in 19 years and their first Champions League title in 14 years. He guided the team to 1,000 goals in all competitions faster than any other Liverpool manager. As told in Neil Atkinson's book Transformer, the city of Liverpool fell head over heels in love with Klopp. The feeling was mutual. He loved the Scousers, he respected the Scousers, he was a Scouser. I'm about to tell you my honest thoughts on Transformer and what the book reveals about why football holds a special place in our hearts. So, the reason we love football, according to Transformer, is people. It's the friends that you meet on the train, in the pub, or in the stands. The theme of camaraderie runs deep in Transformer, which almost reads like a series of short blog posts on Klopp's time as Liverpool manager. Atkinson writes from the heart, and his passion for Liverpool shines through. It's important to note that I feel this book is a lot more about Atkinson and Liverpool rather than Klopp, and I feel like it's just much more of an emotive and personal read because of that. Atkinson talks about travelling all over the world and putting on events as part of his content manager role with the Liverpool website, The Anfield Wrap. He says meeting people, believing in them and letting them do their thing really underpins his love for life and football. I also love how Atkinson repeatedly references dancing and drinking in relation to football. He'll recap nights out and frequently asks, "Have you had the greatest night out of your life yet?" And again, it's just that feeling of warmth and camaraderie which just shines through this book. And for me, going to away matches with Reading, I think it's the having a few drinks before, seeing people that you haven't seen in years and just bonding with friends who you might not have seen in a while. It's just what makes it so special. Also, speaking of Reading, do you remember when we broke the record for the most amount of points in an English football season? When Atkinson writes about drinking with friends after matches, there's almost a hormonal giddiness there. As he writes about singing karaoke with his mates, you can almost smell the beer, hear the music, and feel the revellers just edging past each other on the dance floor. To go further on that theme of people and camaraderie, I think Klopp really identified with the city of Liverpool. When Klopp left Liverpool, he said, "I'm one of you now. I love you to bits. You're the best people in the world." Klopp reinforces that idea of people when he says that Liverpool as a team have a responsibility to keep fans in their seats right until the end. Jurgen. He loves the 12:30pm kickoff as well. Klopp knew he was in the entertainment business, and Liverpool certainly provided entertainment over his reign when they scored 6 or more goals in single matches against the likes of Man U, Villa and Crystal Palace. And throughout this book, there's almost a dreamlike quality as Atkinson just can't believe he's got it so good watching Liverpool in this era. He's covering Liverpool's halcyon days, and he said that he really wanted to write a book about happiness. He said there's not enough coverage of happiness in football, and I completely agree with that. He says grumpiness has become the order of the day, and he wants to write about a great howling laugh, which moments later is an arm around the shoulder. While Liverpool fans rejoiced together in Klopp's reign, they also suffered together in the chaotic disorder before the 2022 Champions League final in Paris. Atkinson was involved in crushes in an underpass as riot police cut off routes to the ground. There were bottlenecks of fans squashed together at the turnstiles as they were held outside the ground for almost 3 hours without being let in. Atkinson says he remembers thinking, "There's a solid chance we die here." As the crushes grew, police used pepper spray and tear gas on fans. There were also reports of police punching fans. After Liverpool lost 1-0 to Real Madrid, routes out of the ground were also still blocked. Atkinson and the rest of the Liverpool fans also dodged missiles as they walked through the underpass. Many fans who'd been tear gassed were also blinded and robbed. An independent inquiry said it was a miracle that no one died. In the book, Atkinson says the most important thing to remember is that we were there for each other. The chapter about Paris is really interesting because it's really the only somber part of the book. It's such an upbeat book, and there's almost a youthful exuberance which runs through it. So when Klopp leaves, although Atkinson is upset, he ends up considering the children and the younger members of the Liverpool community. As he thinks about those who have yet to make their mark on Liverpool, he starts to think about Klopp leaving in a different way. He describes Klopp's departure as a renewal and says that really he's just got an eternally youthful outlook. There's a lot of references to being childlike. He describes his mood as giddy in quite a few passages. He also describes the midfield battles between Man City and Liverpool as being like playground football. Atkinson talks about just being eternally carefree and hedonistic, and really that's exactly what being a kid was like. On that note, because this book is about one of the biggest teams in the world, I just didn't expect it to be so emotive and personal. Atkinson has written a beautiful and heartfelt tribute to why we love football. He really weaves his magic with some of the prose. When he talks about Liverpool's relentless attacking under Klopp, he says that the team played the piano and carried it. He also talks about Liverpool crawling off the pitch. It's a book about passion and people. He addresses the reader directly, which I think makes it so much more personable. In one of the last passages, he addresses an unnamed photographer. He states, "The city's best emissary was you. The city's best photographer was you." Another thing which made this book really poignant for me is that I started reading it, I think it was probably about a week after Diogo Jota very sadly died. This particular book was released in 2024, so it was actually quite a while ago now. But reading about how Scousers really wrap their hearts around their own just makes me think how much they must have really taken to Jota. So it felt right that Atkinson says that in Liverpool's most glorious moments, he still longs for the people who are no longer with us. Thanks so much for watching then, and bye for now.